Hey guys, so a long time ago I did a reaction video of the Jews of Kolkata, the last Jews of Kolkata video. They showed how much the community is just like the younger living, the older are like not able to do all the things they used to do, and how this community is, well, slowly dying. They made us feel like, I got the impression like those were the last Jews in India. But India is a huge place, and those are not the last Jews of India. And I've seen someone send me this documentary. Well, I'm not sure if it's a documentary. Someone sent me a video, a 4 minutes video about it called Jews of India. So he said that there are still Jewish people in this time in day. Okay, so there are a lot of, yeah, India is a huge place. There's no way Jewish people will always just like stay in Kolkata. There are so many places in India and so many different ways you can live your life there. So let's just watch and learn about the Jewish people. Okay, it looks like this is like a TV show
Hi,
or something.
welcome to our next episode of Diminishing Communities in India.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that Judaism was one of the first foreign religions to arrive in India? Which means its advent was before the arrival of Christianity, Islam and Zoroastrianism.
Well,
So
before
today, let's
Christianity and
explore the
Islam,
history and culture of the Jews in India,
created
especially the
thanks to
Bene
Judaism.
Israelis living in Maharashtra. The Jewish community in India is divided into three main groups. The largest are the Bene Israelis, settled mainly in and around Mumbai and Pune. The Baghdadis, or Middle Eastern Jews from Iraq, who largely settled in Calcutta and Mumbai, and the Cochin Jews. The Bene Israeli Jewish community of Bombay, who migrated from the Konkan villages south of Bombay, are believed to be the descendants of the Jews of Israel who were shipwrecked off the Konkan coast, probably 2000 years ago. The 14 survivors, 7 men and 7 women, are considered to be the forefathers of
So
the
weird
community,
to see,
which
like,
eventually settled in the villages of West Maharashtra.
cemetery
Migration to the cities happened as late as the 18th century, and surnames like Rohekar, Penkar, Palkar, Ashtamkar and such others got added on to their original Jewish names based on the names of the villages from where the migration took place. According to 1951 census, there were around 35,000 Jews in India. Today there are less than 5,000. The main reason for these diminishing numbers can wholly be attributed to their steady migration to Israel. The reasons range from religion to better economic prospects and even finding Jewish matches for their children.
Yeah,
Many
remember
Israeli
Mark
families like that of Jacob and Silvana are perfect examples of the cultural fusion that the Jewish community in India has undergone. While they both religiously follow their age-old traditions like lighting the candle and chanting evening prayers in Hebrew, local influences can clearly be seen in their dressing, food and everyday language. They also observe Shabbat, their day of rest on Saturday, which starts with drinking wine and feasting on Friday evening.
Yeah, if you say in my Instagram stories, I'm like posting a lot.
While
before
cultural
Shabbat.
symbols are proudly displayed and rules are maintained, the family is quite sure that they do not want to migrate to Israel and India is their only home.
It's a ceremony where the bridegroom is getting ready to go to the synagogue.
The adoption of Indian customs by the Jews is most evident in marriage ceremonies. Haldi and Bidai ceremonies, wearing the Mangal Sutra, conducting the wedding under a canopy and applying mehendi on the hands and feet of the bride is a common sight in any present-day Jewish marriage in India.
Oh, that's interesting.
Some even cover their face with a sehra like Maharashtrian Hindu brides.
No,
The Jews were
we have the
prominent
same
members
thing
of
that
Indian
we're
society
covering
at
the
one
face.
point of time. Their professions range from top business owners to government officials, physicians, academicians, and even lawyers. Some of the notable Jewish personalities in India include the famous Indian actress Nadira, the Sassoon family of Mumbai, known for their philanthropy, and also Dr. E. Moses, the former mayor of Mumbai. While the existing members try their best to keep their rich past alive, being few in numbers, they often have to double up as caretakers of Jewish monuments and religious places. The Gate of Mercy in Mumbai is one of the oldest synagogues in Maharashtra, built in the year 1796. Today it lies almost abandoned except for some curious tourists from around the world.
This is kind of sad.
Similarly, Alibag, which is steeped in Jewish history and which owes its name to a rich Bene Israeli named Ali, cannot find even 10 Jewish men required to fill its historic synagogue Bethel for a Shabbat service. Its caretaker, Benjamin David Vasker, is an oil presser by profession. Oil pressing was once a very popular profession amongst Bene Israelis in Alibag, and they were often called Shanivar Telis by other communities, which means oil pressers who follow Shabbat or abstain from work on Saturdays. Today, David is the only oil presser left in his village, and in all probability, he will be the last. So this was a short glimpse of yet another diminishing community which migrated to India, seamlessly and peacefully merging with all the other communities around them. At the same time, they made their own unique place with their cultural practices and contributions to the society. Thank you so much for watching, and please do stay tuned into the space as we bring you closer to these communities who have traveled long distances of time over the pages of history to live with you. This is your host Rajeshwar signing off. Until next time, see
Wow,
you.
this is such an interesting show. I love how this is so, like, it's just 4 or 5 minutes and he gave you a lot of information, but I want to see, like, other chapters and to learn about other, like, small groups. It sounds very interesting. Let's break down what he said. First of all, he said that Jewish people came way before Muslims and Christian people, which makes sense because Judaism was before Christianity and Islam were established. They're both like religions that are heavily based on Judaism. So I can understand why Jewish people came before. From what I know, Jewish people came to India after we've been persecuted and after we've been forced to leave our land, Israel. Yeah, this India is one of the main places where Jewish people felt safe to practice their beliefs. So this is another thing I keep saying all the time, that is such an important thing to do, and to be able to tell to a group like, come, you can live here and you can continue practicing what you're practicing and no one will hurt you, as long as you're respecting others. This is something that is very inspiring, and it's incredible to see how the Indian people like took in the Jewish people and helped them. We can see that even in people who are right now living in Israel and how much they're like still have a strong relationship and strong like values of like Indian values. Also, to see people who are having children and wanting to stay in India. Now, I do understand them. I do understand why you guys sometimes talking to me and are upsetting that the Jewish people are leaving India for Israel. It's not just because the economy and all this stuff. It's just because we've seen synagogues there. Okay, we've seen pictures of and videos of how the synagogues looks like. In our prayers, we always say we want to go back to our home, and Israel is the home of the 12 tribes. So I do understand why a lot of people feel like we took you in. Why are you wanting? Like, why do you want to run away? Which is totally not the case. We've been forced to leave our house, and right now we can go back and rebuild our home. Our land. And I know it just I know it sounds to a lot of people like really sad that the Jewish people are leaving, but it's really not something against India. It's really something pro um, where you came from. That's it. Um, it was so I can understand why those like why that family wanted to stay in India, because India is such a heartwarming place and people are really respect you, and I don't know, it feels amazing. But at the same time, I do understand the people who are leaving. When they show picture from the weddings, by the way, the veil that they're saying that was like also in Indian culture, this is great, but it's also in the Judaism culture, um, in a different part of the world. The whole point is that like the groom, like the bride, will cover herself, so the man could not like be able to see her like completely, and then he will choose to marry her based on her personality, not based on her looks. Yeah, so this is something also that happening here. One thing we don't do, or at least I haven't seen in a lot of weddings, was to put the henna all over. Like, it's beautiful. I absolutely love henna tattoos. When it's like this, not the dragon or something cool you get in like Goa or something like this, but all the it's just like it's actual art on your hand and on your legs. It's just so beautiful. And yeah, the pictures of her like with the Indian with the Jewish heritage and the Indian heritage and all combined to one thing, it's really inspiring, and it's really beautiful to see how they can um, still practice their beliefs and still be part of the Indian nation. It's something really inspiring. It's kind of sad to see the it's weird. It's cool to see the cemetery. Not cool that people die, but it's cool to see the writing in Hebrew. That's something I haven't like. I love to see most of the time when I'm seeing like signs in Hebrew. In India, it's just like a place for tourists. So to see like on a graveyard, it means something. It's like it's not just like we came to visit. It's like we came and we settled down here and we lived and died here. This is it's something really important when you think about it, about how much the Jewish and the Indian people are like just like together, like sharing the same destiny, I guess. It sounds really like, crazy, but bottom line, this is what it is. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about, first of all, have you met Israelis that came to visit in India? What did you thought about them? Tell me your experience with them. I'd love to read those. But if you know the Jewish community of India, like, please let me know which Jewish community, what is your experience with them. I don't know, just something really interesting. I love to learn more about, well, I'm learning about India, but to learn about the Jewish part of India, it's something really special. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.